You're listening to Unhinged with Brickwire and Ben, taking over your interweb, and there's nothing you can do about it.
How's it going, Internet? This is Unhinged. I'm Brickwire alongside my broadcast colleague, Ben. Howdy, Ben. How are you?
Hey, guys. I'm pretty good. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. We decided to make this little podcast. It's going to be sort of topics we'll find, and then we'll pick it to bits and get you guys to sort of interact with what we've got going on, and also play some music that we've recorded ourselves. So it's kind of like karaoke, but worse. If you could imagine there been anything worse than karaoke, like medioke. We just made that up.
Don't worry, I'm not singing, guys. It's just the talent singing tonight. Today.
Okay, so we're going to get straight into it. First topic we're going to talk about is dating. Ben recently off the dating market. That's right.
Yeah, sorry, ladies. Hearts breaking everywhere, I hear.
Yeah.
But, yeah, first time in 2 years. Go me.
So when you've been in relationships before,
A couple.
how do you keep the spark alive? You know, do you is it flowers? Are you one of these people that you can't send flowers because it always automatically makes you think like you've done something wrong? Or you just like don't care, you just send the flowers?
Well, typically, I've always been the I'm too macho to send flowers, but, you know, it works.
It must get you a lot of action.
Yeah, well, being the stunning man that I am, action comes all the time.
Yeah, you are quite a quite a specimen of a man. I mean, you've got this lovely head of beard. I can't grow a beard myself. Mine just grows in every direction, and it just looks stupid. So I try and stay away from it.
Well, it is a great accessory for the manly man. I can understand you not being a manly man, not having a beard.
No, shit, no. Nothing manly here. So do you think, you keep your bed well groomed? Do you think it's something that keeping the fire alive within a relationship that you should keep the old garden sort of weeded, so to speak?
Oh, in previous years, no, I haven't kept the garden trim. But, new things happen and you try new things and, well, there's been a positive response from having kept the gardens well maintained.
Well, I think a lot of ladies these days do that, so I think you kind of have to, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, if you will.
Yeah, well, it's definitely worked out well so far. The top garden, on the other hand, being the beard, very, very mixed response. Some chicks love it, some chicks absolutely hate it, but it doesn't take long to grow a beard with me, anyway. But
so this beard that you have currently got, you've been growing since about 10 o'clock this morning, is that right?
Yeah, the 10 o'clock shadow.
So walk us through a typical date for the lucky woman that seems that would be on the arm of Ben.
Well, considering that the only dates I've ever been on are the ones where I've been already in a serious relationship, I'm not really an expert, but, you can learn a lot from the movies. As cheesy as it sounds and cheesy as it looks on the movies, it fucking works, mate, honestly.
Are you talking a Rachel McAdams movie? I was thinking about. I happened to be watching The Notebook a little while ago. I had
huge fan of The Notebook.
The Notebook is basically, but see, all these movies. I think there's about 3 movies that have got Rachel McAdams in, and I'm pretty sure that they could just make a big mashup into one big movie. There's the Notebook, which was about I don't know if you got probably a lot of people out there, females. I think just about every female is given a copy of it when they sort of go through puberty. And then there's the one where her husband's a time traveller, which is also
it's
a
not
rom-com.
a bad movie.
Is that what they call them? Rom-coms these
rom-com,
days?
yeah. suppose there's a little bit of comedy in there.
And then there's another one where a guy tries to change the past every time he changes it. Kind of like the Butterfly Effect, but sort of the rom-com version of the Butterfly Effect. But they all have her in it. It's like, you know that if you see her in the credits, it's going to be a rom-com. It's more like warning signs.
Apart from Mean Girls, obviously.
Oh yeah, Mean Girls was the greatest rom-com of all time.
So true. Well, yeah, I think the thing with, well, I mean, I'm not dogging the Notebook. I think it's a flippin' great movie, but the problem with these sorts of movies is, girls, you guys get way too much expectations from these. I mean, these are meant to be pulling on your heartstrings.
Yeah.
This isn't real life that's going on the TV. As much as you'd like to think so, it's not. So when your man doesn't do that for you, don't hate on him. It's not his fault. It's the movies.
Appreciate that you've got a real man. He's probably got a bed.
You think about those the ones that aren't lucky enough to have a man
At all.
You know, they are out there. They pick up the scragglers. Those are the ones that you're looking at 3 o'clock in the morning.
So you don't think that even though you were in a relationship these times that you would still find it, that you would go to any effort as dating, or do you think like drive-through is good enough?
Well, I think it's an individual preference, really. Yeah, some chicks dig that sort of takeaways, go home, movie, nut one out.
Right. So you frequently date people from Howrah then?
I try not to.
Just kidding, Howrah. We love you.
We love you. There's some hot chicks in Howrah, apparently.
Alrighty, on that note, we're going to get into a song. This is our version of a Soul Asylum's Runaway Train. This is Wrecklyss and Ben on Unhinged.
Call you up in the middle of the night, like a firefly without a light. You were there like a blowtorch burning. I was a key that could use a little turning. So tired that I couldn't even sleep. So many secrets I couldn't keep. Promised myself I wouldn't weep. One more promise I couldn't keep. It seems no one can help me now. I'm in too deep. There's no way out. This time I have really led myself astray. Runaway train, never going back. Wrong way on a one-way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow I'm neither here nor there. Can you help me remember how to smile? Make it somehow all seem worthwhile. How on earth did I get so cheated? Life's mystery seems so faded. I can go where no one else can go. I know what no one else knows.
Unhinged with Wrecklyss and Ben.
All right, internet, and we're back. What did you reckon of that song?
Sorry about that. Forgot to turn my mic on. Rookie mistake there. Yeah, that song was fantastic by you. Thanks a lot for that.
Yeah, it's one of those things you can't like quite ever unhear.
like Mysterious Girl.
Oh, Mysterious Girl's a classic. Anyway, earlier in the week, I was lucky to be able to sit down for a one-on-one chat with DMAN Entertainment's Dinnie Moeahu.
Woo!
We spoke about his upcoming fight with another friend of the show, Jimmo Rangi. Everyone will know him from several bars he's DJ'd around the place.
DJ Slut.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to sitting down and trying to stir the pot, try and get some action out of these boys, because they are mates. So.
And that's what boxing's all about: trash talking your opponent.
Yeah, so
we'll do it for them.
We just like to put in the spoon and stir it around a little bit. That's what we like to do. So we'll shut up now, and we'll play this interview with the D-Man. So for your entertainment, please do enjoy.
Unhinged with Wrecklyss and Ben.
Alrighty, so I'm sitting here with the D-Man.
Yo, what's happening, peeps? What's happening?
Fan of the show.
Oh, I'm a huge fan, brother. I love it. Love
And,
what you're doing.
We're really lucky to have you in here. And those of you that have never met the D-Man, chiseled out of chocolate concrete, this guy is a specimen of a man.
Oh, cut it out, my
Could have done anything in the world. He chose to come here right now. So we're pleased to have you. And we've been talking about dating within a relationship. So, you're a happily married man.
Yes.
Your lovely wife, Sonia.
Yes. I don't know if she's happy about it, though, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
Beautiful. So, yeah, your typical date with Sonia, are you the massage oil and the Barry White, or are you like drive through and do it twice?
I'll break it down to it like this. When the D-Man offers a massage, it doesn't go very long. so I've got to I'm a hopeless romantic, bro. I love spoiling her. I love taking her out for dinner and all that sort of stuff. But the wifey, she's a homely girl, and she'd rather pretty much have a home cooked meal. But most times, but it's nice to spoil her once in a while. So yeah, I spare no expense. If she wants a scoop of chips and a loaf of bread, my baby's getting a scoop of chips and a loaf of bread.
That's beautiful. All right, we won't spend too much time on dating because we've got a heap of stuff to get through. So, father to your two young little ice cubes.
Yep, two boys that I know of.
And I saw on the old Facebook video you gave them a couple of pairs of boxing gloves. So I think you know where I'm going with this one.
Yeah.
Was that a sort of a tough love type? Sorted out yourselves?
I see it as this, bro. Whatever I get into, my boys can't help but get into as well. And since I'm been training for this corporate boxing match,
Yep.
My boys just love what I do. So, especially my youngest one, he's a massive UFC, WWE fan, and he loves anything.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, he loves anything physical, bro. He's gonna be 5 in December, but yeah, he's got some mean punches already. So I love it.
So it wasn't really a tough love, more as it was a sort of something that you could entertain yourself. So
Yeah.
you watch them beat the snot out of each other.
Well, it's actually me, putting them in a suplex and them seeing their faces and absolutely loving it, and then me picking them up and giving them a choke slam on the bed, and now they just clothesline each other. So, yeah,
So you never have that kind of parenting about 20 years ago, would you?
I was a lot rougher back then.
So you're not going to whip out the old jug cord when they spill their milk in the morning?
No, I've got a mean growling. Like I I've got a nice high voice.
Oh, yeah, so you like to just break them down.
Yeah, and then I'll drop a
psychologically.
bit of bass. So when they see me drop a bit of bass in my voice, oi, and then they know Papa B is here. So it's a bit different to Mama Bear. And I asked my oldest boy, I said, why are you naughty to your mum and don't listen to her, but you listen to Dad? And he goes, well, Dad, when you ground me, you it's really, it gets our attention. But when Mum growls us,
You drop the boom, you bring the power.
Yeah.
Yep.
and when Mum growls us, we don't really listen. So I'm like, oh yeah, all right, well go do those dishes.
Yeah, that's a girl thing, I think. Girls to be listened to. I don't know, we might open it up. If anyone out there wants to comment on this, feel free to hit us up. Facebook, Twitter, whatever you want to do.
Mate,
Where to get hold of us.
I am sitting in a seat, and in this room, I am feeling the electricity in the air. I'm jacked up for this interview. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go.
All right, so speaking of ready to go, and we did touch on this a little bit earlier, is this upcoming fight you've got going on. What's the those are people out there that are living under a rock?
Yes.
And that's no knock on Mr. Morrell. Anyone that's been living under a rock, what could you tell them about this fight upcoming?
So both me and my good friend Jim Orangi, we are both professional DJs, and we've been asked by Sam Rapira and the whānau at Box Office Boxing and Sam Rapira Boxing Limited to entertain the thousands and thousands of people who will be at that fight by punching each other in the head.
So instead of dropping beats, you're gonna
Be dropping bombs, baby. Be dropping bombs.
So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty close with Jim. I've been friends for a long time. I've known the both of you for a long time. So this is going to be a tough one. Your training regime, are you eating raw eggs? Are you doing the whole 6 raw eggs and 5 push-ups? Is that the way we do this these days, or?
Well, both of us before the fight, we had a good chat, and our journey's different to what a lot of people may suspect. We had a good chat, and for us, it's about our whānau and all that sort of stuff. I've been so busy at the moment, and when you're busy with life, you tend to lose motivation and all that sort of stuff. Eating goes out the door, so our job was to get fit so we can have a lot more energy with our kids. That was our main focus, and then as a bonus, we get to punch each other in the head, and that's awesome.
Well, I'd like to say that I've always wanted to punch Jimmo in the head, but I don't really want him to know that.
Well, too late now, brother. Did you hear that, Jimmo? Old DJ Wrecklyss is calling you out. Give him a hiding.
No, Jimmo and I go way back. We're miracle twins, him and I.
Yeah.
I've had far too many concussions to do anything like that, so I just run my mouth
Yeah, same.
and stretch the truth. That's all I'm exercising.
But yeah, me and Jimmo, bro, it's awesome. It's going to be, obviously, because we're close friends as well, it's going to be, hard because we have such, great admiration and respect for one another. But I think what will happen, once we both get a few punches to the face, it'll be all on. But it's more the build-up, bro, But all I know is that he'll have a box of beer ready. I'll have a bucket of KFC ready for afterwards. So, the party will be happening. And all in all, bro, it's a journey that only him and I will have together. And it's going to be an awesome experience. We've got, just under 4 weeks to go now before the big fight night. That's September. That's September the 12th, by the way.
September the 12th.
TSB Stadium.
Do people buy tickets? Sale?
Yeah, I believe there'll be door sales as well.
Away.
Corporate tables, as far as I know. This could arguably be the biggest boxing event to hit Taranaki in a wee while. Especially, it could be the biggest event that Sam Rapira and the whānau have put on. Not because of us. No. Because Sam's fighting for a New Zealand title, and that's massive. So come out and support whānau, and come watch me and Jimmo punch each other in the face.
Well, it was thrown out there a little while ago. It might have been me throwing it out there, but what about Ash versus Aiden?
Now we are talking. Now, I want this fight to happen.
I think everyone wants this fight to happen.
And I've been in their ear a little bit, and I've been saying, bro, would you would you two fight each other? It'll be awesome. Do you know how popular that would be? And both of them had said to me, no. And then I asked Aiden in the weekend, and he said, no way. I'd waste them, though.
Yeah, I think asses and seats.
Yeah, but
Asses and seats.
But Ash is such a nice fella, bro. But I reckon he'll smash Aiden.
Well, I reckon, from what I know of Ash, and he's the nicest guy I've ever met in my whole life, but you give him a couple of beers and he is cheeky. He gets that smile going, smart mouth. I had the opportunity.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of rooming with Ash a couple of years back. And
Did you go on a date?
Oh, we had a date every night. Every Monday was date night. We had a 3-course. We cooked.
Yeah,
food
intercourse.
together. Yeah, it's a 3-way intercourse.
But that would be the matchup of the century. I would promote that fight to happen. I'll make that happen.
Well, you see, I've just tapped into my booking. So yeah, I could be a booker.
Yeah. I think you could be the Don King of Taranaki, bro.
Pretty much that's just the donkey.
Just how you just threw it out there. Ash versus Aiden. Python versus Gladiator.
Yeah, I want to see this.
When the skies part and the heavens open and you've got two best friends going at it. Oh, isn't that a recipe for a sellout?
I thought you were going to say a recipe for salad, but I'm loving this. Yeah, I think we should make this happen. If anyone is interested out there on seeing this,
yes,
let us know.
Yeah, make your inquiries, make your voices be heard, because I would love to see that fight and to see them. Because have you seen? One thing about Ash, he'll be really quick with his hands. Have you seen his fingers when he's strumming?
I have.
And then have you seen how Aiden runs his mouth?
I actually have been privy to Aiden running his mouth once or twice.
And I think, just imagine the promo films to build this fight up. I mean, that would be fight of the century.
Well, I think Green Cow would have their work cut out for them.
Well, there'll be a lot of promo films. I've seen it. Aiden's currently got about four world championship titles under his belt. And I think this could quite possibly be a title shot for Ash, the challenger.
Wow, this is a massive challenge.
And
Divas title would look quite good around the waist of Ash.
in all honesty, who do you think would win out of Ash and Aiden?
Well, see, I don't like these odds at all, and but
Put your balls on the line,
I got to
Wrecklyss.
think.
Put your balls on the line. Who do you think would win?
I think Ash would be quite the caged, quite the bear, and I think he would go it. But I think Aiden would somehow find a way to come out on top. He always comes out. I mean, he could spring load himself into a heap of elephant shit and come up smelling like roses. Really.
Yeah, I can't comment because I love them both, but I just wanted to have someone out there in this type of arena to just make a call, and you did that, Rick. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Anyway, D-Man, it's good to have you here at the Wrecklyss studio.
Yeah, I'm loving it, bro. I'm loving it. I'm loving what you've done here.
Yeah, I was going for a rustic motif, and I think I came to the party.
You went for something simplistic yet classy.
Yeah. Excellent. That's us. So go out and see that fight. September the 12th, is it?
Yeah, Friday, September the 12th, TSB Stadium. Let's get ready to rumble.
Excellent for Unhinged. This is Rick Wah with the D-Man from DMAN Entertainment. Thank you.
Unhinged with Rick Wah and Ben.
Well, that was our interview with the D-Man. It was nice to have him. Nice to have him in. What do you think?
Oh, it's always a pleasure talking to the D-Man.
Nice elaboration. Anyways, as you heard, we talked to D-Man about their parenting. D-Man, a father of two, quite involved with his son's school and the community of Opunake and all the things. I mean, Ben, you have two boys of your own. How do you find parenting now as compared to parenting when you were a young fella?
Well, this is one of those topics where so many people hate talking about it, but I don't know, it's just awesome.
Who hates talking about parenting?
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just hate listening to people talking about parenting.
Oh, so you're talking about you're out having a beer with your mates, and then sort of like,
and all they do is bitch about their kids.
They might bitch about their kids a lot, or the other one. The one I hate is the opposite of that, where the guy whips out his wallet and the photos of the kids, and like, oh, this is blah blah blah, and this is you never remember the kids' names anyway.
Or to bring it into present terms, whipping out his iPhone and flicking through his photo stream of him and his kids at the park, or his Instagram.
I mean, if you cared enough to follow this guy on Instagram, you'd already would have seen them.
Exactly. I don't need an update on your life, mate. That's what social networking's for.
Always the sensitive guys out there. So, how was growing up with was Fee quite sort of heavy-handed? She'd give you a light slamming when you needed it.
Fee loved to try to assert dominance over a young Ben, until he realised he was a faster runner than her, and that when she did whack him on the bum, it didn't hurt.
So, what was Fee's weapon of choice? Was she did she like to tear down psychologically, or she was like a jug cord or a wooden spoon?
Well, she pulled out the wooden spoon once, and I just kind of laughed in her face and ran away. So, otherwise, it was more the wait till your father gets home, which I got, which instantly put the shits in me.
And it does. It always does. So
my dad is a big guy, and he's over 6 foot, and probably 6 foot wide as well. I mean, he is a scary guy, and being that age, and it was the wait till your father gets home.
See, I was quite lucky to grow up without a father, and
I don't know about lucky. But okay,
well, yeah, probably not lucky in some choices, but I mean, I didn't have a dad, so all my mum could say is, your brother thinks you're an idiot, and I'll be like, well, so my brother thinks I'm an idiot. I already know he thinks I'm an idiot because he tells me all the time. No, seriously, my brother and I had a great relationship growing up. But yeah, I mean, I can't really say a lot. My brother did bring me up a lot of the time. My mum, she was out working a lot. I'm not gonna pull out the Ellen DeGeneres sort of show type story, but I think parenting. There's a lot of children being wrapped in cotton wool these days.
Yes.
I mean, when I was a kid, what I loved to do when I was at school with my mates, bull rush.
Yes, bull rush.
And it was like, bull rush was the more of a Kiwi game than frickin' rugby.
Yeah, definitely.
I think if there was a bull rush World Cup, we would win it. I think New Zealand would far exceed with bull rush than any other country in the world. I mean, apart from like sumo-y type people.
I think my being brought up the way I was a victim of the two people coming together that have already had kids, and then me being the youngest, they've kind of got to that point where, well, we've already got adult kids. This one we're not going to be that strict on because, I mean, we've done all that. It's just like, who can be bothered?
So you got it quite easy?
Yeah. Oh, I got it really easy. I was, very well off as a child. Pretty much a spoilt only child. As it reflects on me now. I
was like a middle child, so it was two. my two siblings older than me had a different dad, so I was kind of in the same boat with them. My little sister came along and ruined everything. Pretty much ruined my whole life, but being I was only 3, there wasn't a whole lot of life to have been ruined, so I kind of got over it after a little while.
There is a lot of attention though that suddenly disappears. I can't say I haven't had the younger one. Me being the youngest and all, no, but there is a lot of parents out there that I've noticed that go through this similar thing where the younger kids just get away with everything, where the older kids are complaining where they had it hard.
Well, I think even if you get parents these days, and their first child will be the benchmark. They'll see what they can do. They'll wrap them up in cotton wool or tin foil or whatever you like to do, and then they might say, well, this happened, he didn't die. So the next kids, they'll be a bit more kind of easier on, and I think it kind of makes the second one a lot tougher. Your two boys.
Yeah.
Do you find that hunt is a lot tougher than Tice?
Yeah. It's kind of, yeah. It's definitely a Kiwi attitude of she'll be right, shake it off, dust off your boots, and away you go again. I don't like to see them get hurt, but when they're crying, it's just kind of like, well, get over it. It's not the end of the world.
It's not the first time they're going to fall over and bang their head and graze their knee.
Nah, and everything's getting too fucking PC these days. With schools are the worst. I mean, I suppose every parent's worried about their kid, but there's all these people that are out there abusing the system. And yeah, everything's just going to the dogs, really.
Well, it's like playgrounds. I remember playgrounds, and they have those rubber pads underneath them now. When I was a child, you had the swings. All you had to catch you when you fell off was frickin' bark nuggets.
Yeah.
They were like little nuggets of bark.
With very sharp edges.
Yeah, and it used to tear you up. It was terrible. You fall off that, and kids these days, that'd be a lawsuit.
Oh, that's probably hence why they've changed it, but
Right,
kids just grow up softer, and they act a little bit more spoilt and whingy.
Definitely. Alrighty, well, on that note, it's time for us to sign off. It's been real. Next week we speak to Dinnie's opponent in the corporate fight, Jimmo Rangi, special friend of ours. We get his take on the fight, and we try and stir them up a little bit, because that's what we do. Try not to get a punch in the head at them while we're at it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll have a new show coming out every week. Hopefully all goes well. And we'll see you all next week. We'll leave you with a little song. This one's Poison for Wrecklyss. Alongside Ben, we are Unhinged. Till.
We both lie silently still in the dead of the night. Although we both lie close together, we feel miles apart inside. Was it something I said or something I did? Did my words not come out right? Though I tried not to hurt you, though I tried, but I guess that's why they say every rose has its thorn.
Unhinged with Wrecklyss and Ben.
Just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad song. Every rose has its thorn.
Yeah, it does.
I listen to a favorite song playing on the radio. Hear the DJ say love's a game of easy come and easy go. But I wonder, does he know? Has he ever felt like this? And I know that you'd be here right now if I could have let you know somehow. I guess every rose has its thorn, just like every night as it's done. Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn. Though it's been a while now, I can still feel so much pain. Like the knife that cuts you, the wound heals, but the scar, that scar remains. No, I could have saved the love the night if I'd known what to say. Instead of making love, we both made us separate ways. And now I here found somebody new, and that I never meant that much to you. To hear that tears me up inside, and to see you cuts me like a knife. I guess every rose has its thorn, just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn.
You're listening to Unhinged with Wrecklyss and Ben, taking over your interweb, and there's nothing you can do about it.